life, we have to understand there are two different stages. One is conventional truth and the eternal truth. The conventional truth means the physical, this material world. And the eternal truth means, eternal truth is the beyond this material, beyond this physical world, there is some truth holding which in the surface level we cannot see. So once you understand that all the dharma is belong to that eternal truth. So, but the thing is, without going through the conventional truth, it's very hard to understand what is eternal truth. So what is this conventional truth? This everything, culture, this all the laws, discipline, rituals, in day-to-day things, the behavior, names and forms, this everything belongs to this conventional truth. That you have to, in the beginning, you have to accept this conventional truth and you have to surrender to that. And then it helps you to go to the eternal truth. Especially that the maintaining this physical world, that all the logics, theories, factories, techniques, this everything works sometimes for this physical world. But to the eternal world, it more deeply understand that sometimes through the logic you can argue and you can say things with the people. In conventional you can share the knowledge, but there are some things that you deeply have to understand. The eternal truth like that, like as example, impermanent. So impermanent, deeply you have to see it through your mind. And sometimes that the change, if you go through logic or the conventionally, and sometimes it's very hard to see. But if you go deeper with the practice meditation and see that the change within inside you, and then you can apply that knowledge to the whatever this material world. So all the dharma in day-to-day life, the way we live, it most of time we have to follow this conventional truth. That we have a name and we have to follow the culture. We have to follow theories, we have to follow the rules according to the situations. This all belongs to this conventional world. But the problem is, once we attach too much to that conventional world, we cannot see what is the depth of that world. So as example, we have to live a very good, comfortable life. Nothing wrong with that. We have to have very good things around us, comfortable things around us. But once you attach to that comfort, the mind paralyzed and cannot understand how this change. So it's a very difficult to overcome that pleasure. So you have to have a very good physical life, material life. It's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, once you start to attach to that, then that attachment start to make you blind and you cannot see beyond that. So then how we can overcome this kind of nature things? So there was a person came one day to Buddha and asked, Venerable Sir, like you person, no need much wealth. But for us, we have children. We have to have a social life. So, is there any advice for us that to be wealthy? And then the Buddha mentioned, yes, of course that. How you can become successful person in the society. And then the Buddha gave the sermon called the Sapta Arya Dhana Sutta. This sutta about the wealth. The wealth is, the Pali word Dhana means the wealth. The wealth here, what the Buddha mentioned, is not the wealth that what we mean here in conventional. The conventionally wealth means the big thing is money or the gold. The gold is the highest, and the money, currency, all the material things, vehicles, lands, this everything belongs to the wealth. But the Buddha did not mean that is the most important wealth we need to have. Why? Because as example, money. That wealth, even you have that wealth, sometimes it becomes powerless. And sometimes it becomes useless. It cannot protect you. It can destroy you. But the real wealth cannot destroy you. The real wealth should protect you always. If something you mean as a wealth and it destroy you, how it can be a wealth? So the money, as you seen in the world, it can destroy the person. And it cannot be an eternal wealth. Why? Time to time, the value go down, change. So it different country to country. And sometimes it can cancel. This kind of, these numbers, no anymore, cancel. And it not belong to even for you. Even though you think that it's belong to you, no. It belongs to the government, central bank. If you look at the notes you have, it says there is a number. It's like identity number, and it says this money is we authorize you to use, and it belongs to this country and this bank, and they have power to cancel it and lower the value even. So then you have to be very careful. If you mean it as a wealth, is it really wealth for you, or it become like a trap? Because you believing it as a wealth and finally it cannot help you. So the gold also the same. And all the vehicles. And time to time, when you buy the vehicle and when the new numbers come, your vehicle become, second hand. Then anymore it cannot be that price. Once you start, and then you drive a little bit, half a value goes. Then the next year, when the new number come, then you cannot go to that price. Until if it is become antiques and it will become very famous, luckily. Otherwise, become useless. Then why you believe that so much as wealth? So you have to understand that, as example, land. And sometimes people, get angry with their own brothers and sisters for the properties. They get angry with the husband, wife for the properties. They detach from parents, from their own mother and father because of the properties. Why? Because you so believe it as a wealth. But time to time, as we know, this human, the nature is always moving place to place, place to place. So according to that, time to time, different places, cities become very famous. In here, and sometimes some places, it's become very famous. Like as example, in this Granada Hills, that area, before the earthquake happened, it was a very expensive area. But after the earthquake, the price went down. So like that, even it can happen to any places tomorrow. When the natural disasters happen, the people don't know, the value go down. So like that, then why you believe it as, so strongly like that? You have to see, even though conventionally it has a value, it's possible to change, then don't take it as a wealth. You use it, but you know it's possible to change. So, according to stock market, you know very well, how the things go, up and down, and who knows tomorrow what will happen. Even so strongly believe you, and the government can shut down. That is the highest you can go, not the private properties. Even the government things can shut down. That's what we experience, and we become helpless. So then we have to understand this material, it's not the eternal. It's not the forever. It always that depend with the situations. So then you have to be very careful that if you're thinking to use it as a help, you have to be very careful. Why? It is relative. All this material world is moving with the relativity. It affects for the relative. So then what the Buddha mentioned as wealth? To earn yourself day by day, to give to someone as a gift, especially for your children, for next generation, what you can give to them. So then the Buddha mentioned 7 things. That's why it calls Sapta Arya Dhana Sutta. Sapta means 7, Arya means greatest, Dhana means the wealth. So the first thing Buddha mentioned, Saddha Dhana. The confident is the most greatest wealth you can earn with it. And it go to 2 different levels, conventional and eternal. So in the conventional level, what is the the confidence within you, the Shraddha, the faith. So yourself as a person, you have to have self-confidence. You have to believe you. Before you believe someone else. So even to believe Buddha, or to believe God, or believe something, believe a book, like that. People put the faith for something. But the first thing, you have to believe you. Without believing you, you cannot go into the higher places. So the developing confidence is very important inside you. So then how you can do this? In the surface level, in the conventional level, before you go to eternal. Why? The eternal, in the depth, is you have to go through the surface. First you have to practice this in this conventional level. So then how you can practice your? So how much you sacrifice yourself to become good is very important. It makes you confident. How much you sacrifice for you, what you do for you. As example, if the mother or the father doing everything for the child, that child cannot develop self-confidence. Then how you can develop this? The child, you have to push the child. First you show, okay, do this way. Then you have to allow the child to do that himself. Then he earned this skill himself. Oh, I can do this. Then he use this whole body for him. Through that way he earned the self-confidence. Oh, I can do this. And if the child start to work hard, the himself, then he get the confidence. Oh, I can do this. Why? Because he keep doing these things. So yourself, how you can earn the confidence? You have to sacrifice. So without sacrificing, you cannot develop the faith or the confidence. To sacrifice, you have to have the faith. So this like day and night. So you have this interconnecting both. So each other helping you to climb the ladder. You use the faith, and at the same time you develop the confidence. So you have to have the faith for you. That's why you work for you. Reading, study hard and working hard, because you have to have faith for you, and it become a confidence. And when you go to the family life, if the husband himself, he become confident, I am a husband. Then he develop the faith inside him, and then he need to sacrifice for other people. As a husband, as a wife, how much you sacrifice, other people start to develop, they are confident about you. As a husband or as a wife, how much you sacrifice for your children, that much in their heart, they're going to develop confidence about you. Because oh, that person, you doing this much for me. Then you put the faith for that person. In the family, as the surface level, as back in the basic level, you have to develop the confidence yourself and around you with other people. Then that confidence help you to go forward, and then you earn it as a profitable skill, and you earn it as a wealth. So wherever you go, you have confidence. So I can do this. I know this. And even, the other people have the confidence about you. Oh, he's like this person. He's like this person. Why? Because they know how much you sacrifice for them. And they know how you earn yourself the life. That self-confidence and that the social confidence is very important in the beginning. So without sacrificing, don't try to get the faith or the confidence. No, it cannot come. So then you have to push your children to in the beginning to sacrifice themselves for the life. So then when it comes to eternal truth, confident about Buddha, confident about Dhamma, confident about Sangha or the whatever they preach, or even the confident about the priest, confident about their own religion. It go to the next level, eternal truth. So it just not happening, blindly. Blind confidence is not good. Then they blindly start to kill each other. No, there should be wisdom. Why you believe? Why you follow this? What is the reason behind it? So with that humanity, with that understanding, with that wisdom, when you develop the confidence, it make the society peaceful. So for that, how you can in the background start? The first thing is, as a mother, as a father, first thing is that your children, you have to take to the religious places. And it doesn't matter in the beginning, they asking, what is this, what is this? You don't need to answer for this everything. But as example, every Sunday, you have to go to church. Every Friday, you have to go to mosque. Once a week, you have to go to temple. You have to take children and let them to be there. And stay there. You have no need to give a chance for them to lose themselves. The thing is, how these things happening, what I understand is, it's like this. And sometimes father don't go to church. And he tells to children, I don't believe God. And he don't go to mosque. And he say, I don't believe these things. And sometimes they say, I don't believe these religion things. And they say, I don't believe about Buddha. I don't believe this dharma or this practice, this meditation. I don't care. I earn, I live myself. But the problem, what is happening later, that children start to lose the faith about not the God, about the Father. That is the thing. They lose the faith about all the world and human. So in the early time that before Neil Armstrong go to moon, for the children, the moon was a very beautiful thing. And when the full moon come, people used to look it, and people used to that they say very beautiful things about the moon, and that the writers that wrote many beautiful things about moon. And then they found out it is just empty land, empty space. Now people even don't care about moon, and even they don't look. Even they look, they know it is empty. Hey, don't look it. Nothing is there. What they losing? They lose the connection with the nature. So it is not should happen. This losing connection with the nature is not good. Why? Because then we losing connection with the people, with animals, with nature, with ourselves. Then that kind of person, he don't care about others. It cannot, that it become like a rock, cannot grow anything there in that heart. No compassion. So then how you can develop this as a good garden, So in the beginning, take them to every Sunday. No chance. Don't give any chance. Take them to every Sunday. If they ask big question, don't give answers. You no need to give answers for, every questions. That our parents never give, big answers for us. But when the time comes, we understand. And nobody give answers to everybody. Even the Buddha himself, he didn't answer to every question. But ourselves, we try to answer any questions. So as a mother, as a father, you no need to answer for every question from children. And husband, wife, they never answer for every question they, others. You no need to answer. So, because if they cannot understand, it make a big mess or the trouble. So then, how in the basic level, how you can develop this confidence about this eternal truth or the dharma, or the God, or the whatever you believe. So first thing is, physically you have to practice them. You have to pray. You have to teach them how to pray. And you have to take them to religious places, and you have to develop inside them. Then slowly, little by little, when they become educated, they have power to understand what is right and what is wrong, what should not do, and they have power to go through the difficulties. The self-confidence come that way, and the faith about the religion develop that way, because it needs practice. Without practice, the faith not going to happen. And it needs understanding. So without practice, that understanding cannot come. So in the first level, then the Shraddha Dana, how the faith be confident become a wealth. Because once you start to keep practice, whatever the problems come, he used to go to and pray. And this way, he make a space inside his mind. Through that space, and he find the peace. So it doesn't matter whatever happen, keep as a routine, discipline to pray, and do the puja, do the ceremony, and it doesn't matter whatever happen, just keep doing that thing. It make inside you little by little confident. Every Sunday go and pray. Every Friday go and pray. So don't lose the faith about the religion. So if you lose that faith about the religion, then what is happening? They lose the faith about the human. Faith about the nature. The faith about all the animals. So that the religion is very important, because it is this keep bound with everything. So Shraddha Dhanam and the Sila Dhanam. Then next one is discipline. So practicing rituals and being disciplined is very important. But it is very famous in the world that the breaking discipline. People very admire when they break the discipline. And sometimes. But it is not good. As if you want to develop your life in any way, in a conventional way or the eternal way, in the material life, in the social life, or in the spiritual life, then for this both you have to be disciplined. So without discipline, you cannot become a successful person. So self-discipline is the most important thing to become a successful person. So then yourself, you have to be disciplined. You have to practice that. As a person, as a husband, as a wife, as children, as friends, you have to have certain kind of discipline according to your situations. Then when you follow that, it become a profitable skill inside. and then when it goes to eternal, so when you practice meditation, it needs certain kind of discipline to keep practice. When you follow the religion, if you want to develop more, you have to go through the discipline. It's like a bridge. It's like a ladder. So you no need to, believe so much that the rituals, but in a certain way, you have to have discipline. You have to keep practice yourself. Oh, I am like this person. You have to have something. Oh, I don't do this kind of things. You have to have reasons for that, why you don't do this. So then inside you, you earn it as a wealth. So then, as a mother, as a father, for their children, what you need to do, you have to train them to practice discipline. When before they eat, take 1 second, not just grab and eat. Take 1 second, few seconds, just close your eyes and pay the gratitude and pray for the food. It makes discipline. It makes them beautiful. Wherever they go, even they not grab and eat. Sometimes when they cook, it's still cooking there, but they eating and talking. No, you have to have certain discipline. So like that way, it makes the life beautiful. That it is, you cannot buy it from money. Even though you have billion monies, if you don't practice this kind of rituals, your life become ugly. And like eating and talking. When you put something to your mouth and you start to talk, and sometimes it's special, something about the problem or anything, and the other person try to take a very serious decision about you, and you here eating and something and you talking, you cannot get the something best out of that kind of character. So you have to, when you talk to somebody, don't do like that. So that is what I experience. So, and before you eat, take time and so little small things, don't give a chance. So before you sleep, at least if you can pray or you can practice meditation a little bit, it is for you. It is not someone else. It make you beautiful, perfect. So like that, early in the morning doing little bit exercise. So yourself, it is for you. So every day, and oh, I am doing this exercise myself. It make them, beautiful their life. Otherwise, they sleep, they wake up and they eat something, and there is no, art in that life. But, when you follow this physical discipline, it make your life more beautiful, and little by little. And then when you come to religion, and you can practice when that children become young, they start to practice, slowly start to grab what is good, what is right, and what is wrong, and you stay away from that. So sila dhanam, you have to practice the the 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, and then even when you go to meditation, like dutang, it's very helpful. Or I don't eat if someone, that if anybody not offer me something, I don't eat. It become like, make you discipline. If without inviting for me, I don't do that. Or without asking, I don't take anything. It make you, perfect, beautiful, little by little, as it become inside you strong. At least for a while, so if you can off your cell phone, if you can shut down your computer for a moment, It make you a little bit confident. Otherwise, our mind slowly grab, outside and we become powerless. So try to practice like that discipline little by little. And little by little yourself try to practice, this religious rituals. It will make you beautiful. Saddha Dhanam, Sila Dhanam, and the third and fourth one, Hiriyottapyam Dhanam. Fear for the wrong things and the shame. Fear and shame. And today, when people do wrong things, and other people believe them as heroes. No. And today, as example, that what I was seeing in the last few weeks, that that girl killed her boyfriend. And this girl and come to the TV and and it's showing every day as something. And some lawyers trying to make her like she did something right. And it shows to the whole world through the CNA. It is not good to the society. When someone did something wrong, nowadays they come, wearing jackets. Hey, I did, something, see, I did something like this. Even, when somebody did something wrong, ancient time, they was shy to come to the society. They was closing their head. Have you seen they closing like this? They don't like even, but now, when they, rape or when they, kill someone, the next day they come to the TV, court, they go to the court, wearing jacket and even with the tie, like that. And the people create them as heroes. No, even they should not show their pictures. And because it was a shame for, So what is happening when they lose that kind of way, then the children who watching these things, sometimes they take it in a wrong way. The media cannot correct that children. One. If they want to become heroes, they go somewhere, they kill to everybody. Why? Because they want to become, that is what happens. In the beginning, when somebody do something wrong, you have to stop there. Don't give any chance. So otherwise, it go little by little. Don't admire, oh, you did something good and do again and again, You don't worry, I will take care about you. You are my son, you are my daughter. Nobody can touch you. No, don't do that. When somebody did something wrong, it's okay, just stop there. Don't give any chance. Tell them, hey, don't do this anymore. It is not good. Make fear inside for the wrong things. Because it helps him in the society. So you have to, show them that it is what a shameful thing when you do something wrong. Even when there is no religion in the world. In the early human civilizations, the shame and fear is the protect the society. Hirisaha ota, lajja saha baya. So as a father, as a mother, you have to train your children to this. And yourself, you have to train. You have to be afraid to do things, wrong things. You have to be shameful to do wrong things, not to become a hero through wrong ways. So, without training from the childhood, It's very hard to grab these things. So when children do something wrong, don't give any chance for them. Don't admire them. Don't make them heroes. So when they do something wrong, you have to stop it there. So Saddhadanam, Siladanam, Hiriyottapyandanam, Sutta. The fifth one is the Sutta, the being open-minded, the listening. And always try to, grab the knowledge, develop the knowledge, not that whatever you believing and holding to that. So every month try to read a book, and listening to. Nowadays we have a lot of resources, lot of ways, that internet, YouTube, and the TV. So these things you can use as tools to develop your knowledge. And listening to Dhamma, there are many ways. And just keep listening, and think little by little, at the same time keep listening. Listening is art. It's very hard to develop inside you. But once you develop it, it becomes a profitable skill to bring the confidence, and it becomes the wealth for you. So you can watch good movies, and you have to watch good movies. It says about life sometimes, and you have to watch good dramas. You have to see these things, and you have to listen to good meaningful music. And it tells you about life. It giving you dharma. You have to read books, and it giving you the knowledge about life. So, and you have to listen to the preachings, and it giving you the knowledge. Just not what you believe in, and just drop your believing and just be open for a moment. This Shrutame Jnani help. First, try to listen to around you people even. Be a listener, not always, talking. No, just listen to other people. Try to be listener to your husband, listen to your wife a little bit, listen to your children a little bit. And sometimes, in a family, when you develop this art, that you start to grab the information very easily. Even before they talk, you can feel, you can smell, what in their mind. That is, develop your life. And even husband, wife, children, before they talk, you start to feel what's happening inside. Otherwise, what is happening today, even they talk, years, other people cannot understand, cannot listen. They're telling it like, few years, few months, but other people cannot understand. Why? Because they are not listening. Suttame Jnani try to develop, Sutta Dhana develop listening, be open. Saddhadanam, Siladanam, Hiriyottapyandanam, Suttadanam, Tyagocha. And the sixth one is the generosity, practicing generosity. Always try to practice something. When you buy something, always try to give something. When you buy something new, try to give other things too, and try to share it with the other people. And always practice, and when necessary things, if you understand these necessary things for husband, wife, children, just try to provide yourself. If you don't understand it, how you can do. But the thing is, once you understand, if there is any way, try to provide. It becomes general. Otherwise, you don't do anything to your family. But when you go to religious places, you do, big donation. It doesn't mean anything. And the family, they don't receive anything. But that way you cannot develop like that. But in the surface level, conventionally you have to be generous. And as a father, as a mother, as a parent, as a husband, wife, children, as a family, as a friends, you have to be generous. That is very important. Then when you go to religious, you become generous. So always you need to keep at this surface level convention. Panyame Sattamandanam, and then the seventh one is the developing wisdom. So developing wisdom is just not the understanding books. It always is referred to the meditation and listening the Dhamma and practicing meditation, and it always related with the spiritual life. So through that, once you but in the surface level, being open-minded and listening, and and every day grabbing the knowledge day by day help you to develop your wisdom. But later you have to sit and experience yourself, and you have to develop your mind, physical, mental capacity to go deeper with this understanding. For that you have to practice samatha, vipassana, the meditation techniques. But in the surface level, to get into that, in this conventional life, in day-to-day life, you have to be good person. That is very important. Otherwise, you become unsuccessful person in the society, and then you escape and you try to practice meditation, then it's not going to work. So always keep in mind, be a best in the area you are now. Be a successful with your situation, and then even though you live, it is okay, because you know it as the wealth you have, this confidence. So try to practice in your level to be a great person, and then when you go to religion and you practice meditation, you can go deeper. Okay, these are the wealth, the real wealth that help you in this very lifetime, and even after your death, as a habit, as a profitable skill, as a kusal, it come with you wherever you go. It come with you. Otherwise, this money, cars, vehicles, then everything, land and everything, kill you in this life. That's why the Buddha mentioned this is the greatest wealth. Even this other wealth, it cannot come to the cemetery. When you die, already somebody write it is for me. Even when you are in the hospital, and before you die, some people say, oh, you should die because I want to get this. If he die, okay, give it to me. Like that people. So don't believe this material. Even though you use that, try to earn this spiritual wealth. It makes you more confident and more rich inside. When you become more rich inside, then the real happiness is lies there. Okay? So, is there any questions?
Honorable sir, I don't know how to form this question, but in my own experience, and as I see some people also, we and myself and some people understand the Dharma, and we need to exercise, we don't need to drink alcohol, or we need to be generous and kind. And in this moment you understand it you even get uplifted, you will be but then time passes and you come back to the same things, you don't do it, you don't do anything that.
Anything
then
like
again
that, it's like this, anything like that, even the bad, if you look very carefully, it suddenly didn't come to us, it took time. As example, people smoke cigarette as a fun in the beginning. They used to drink alcohol as fun, not every day, once a week with the friends. So like that, it also happened gradually, little by little. But what happened then later, once it become a habit, it's very hard to go out. Okay, so then what you need to do, you have to do the good things as fun. For fun. As example, why you don't practice something good, for fun. So giving like something to other person. So like that you have to get into this step by step. Another thing is very important, the people we associate around us. And because if that the friends going in a wrong way, and it's very hard for you to come back. So very important that, because they are like current, it can take you away. Good and bad, it is that it has the same strength. It is not the bad is so strong or good weak, not like that. No, good always strong than the bad. That's why people do all the bad things hiding, secretly. When they do good, they come open. It's like a fire and water. The fire, it doesn't matter how hard the fire is, when it meet the water, it disappears. Like that, the good is always, can overtake whatever the bad, the wrong things. The only thing is, if it is become so strong little by little alone itself, then it's very hard to cut suddenly. So you have to slowly start to develop little by little to others. Why it always go to other side? When you leave this place, why it go back to the same? Because around you have that physical background. That's why it go to that way. If you have a good physical background, then there is no way you cannot go like that. Maybe our friends. So you just only practice meditation, and other friends, Friday night, Saturday night, they say, okay, let's go. Then you go. Like that, it's more about alone yourself. Even you don't do things sometimes. You need someone, even to have drink. You need someone. Hey, come on, let's have this. Like that, you need some supporters around you. So what you need to do, you have, once you understand, oh, this supporter take me wrong way, cut down there. Don't take him. It doesn't matter whoever. Because later, it's going to be a cancer. So if you know the person, him take you in a good way, somehow you have to get into that boat. Because it's somewhere you find a land. Otherwise, if you know this boat is go nowhere, no land, deeper to the ocean, don't jump. So whenever you sense what these people do, through that you can understand. If there are wrong people, don't get into that. That is very important. Then yourself slowly you can get into good thing. That's why I told, go every week, every week visit the church, every week go to the mosque, every week go to the temple, every week go to the religious places, because it helps them to keep doing this. Otherwise, if they don't go like that, there is no support, and the end of the life they understand you cannot change, because it gradually happens. Clear? Okay, thank you very much for coming today. We do loving kindness meditation for a moment ourselves.